Bhola Chandragatak, whom his neighbors affectionately call Bhola Babu, is a man in his mid-50s. He's got a small belly and a noticeable bald spot. Though he works as a government clerk, his real passion is researching the symptoms of various diseases and finding them in himself. Of course, the main sources for his research are old health magazines from the local library and modern-day YouTube doctors. One morning, Bhola Babu was in a terrible mood. The reason was quite serious, at least to him. He was convinced he heard a strange, rumbling sound in his stomach. He told his wife, Shanti Devi, about it. And she, while stirring something in a frying pan, said,
"Oh, it's nothing. It's just your stomach protesting after you ate 8 sweets and a whole lot of meat at that party last night. Just take an antacid and you'll be fine."
Bhola Babu looked at his wife with a hurt expression.
Shanti, you don't understand. This isn't a normal rumbling. There's a different rhythm to it. It's like someone is playing the drums inside my stomach.
Shanti Devi sighed and said,
Yes. You have a whole orchestra playing in your stomach. Now, will you let me finish cooking?
But Bhola Babu couldn't rest. He rushed into his research room, which was actually the attic filled with old papers. Half an hour later, he came out with a pale face and wide eyes, holding a dusty health magazine. In a shaky voice, he told Shanti Devi,
It all matches, Shanti. I think I have Gastro-enteric Symphony.
Shanti Devi slapped her forehead.
Gastro what? What kind of disease is that? Stop with your crazy talk. I told you, it's just indigestion.
Crazy talk?
Bhola Babu said, almost crying.
Look, it clearly says here. Unusual sounds from the stomach, especially a drum-like noise, are the first sign of Gastro-enteric Symphony. It's supposedly caused by the bite of a rare caterpillar from South America. That caterpillar is only found deep in the Amazon.
Shanti Devi's eyes grew wide.
A South American caterpillar? When did you go to the Amazon?
Bhola Babu got excited.
Why would I have to go there myself? People order all sorts of things online now. It might have come in a box of fruit or a package of clothes. You know, our neighbor Montu's uncle brought back a cactus from abroad, and a spider came with it.
This argument made Shanti Devi pause. He was right. You never know these days. But she wasn't ready to give up.
So, what does it say about the cure for this symphony?
She asked. Bhola Babu flipped through the magazine pages.
It says there's no known cure yet. But there are some old tribal remedies. Like on a full moon night, you have to stand by a cremation ground and chew on a bamboo stick.
Stop it!
Shanti Devi yelled.
Have you gone mad? Are you really going to believe this nonsense?
But Bhola Babu was in his own world. He started calculating how many days were left until the full moon and worrying about where to find a bamboo stick. Over the next 2 days, Bhola Babu's condition worsened. He barely ate. The rumbling in his stomach seemed to get louder. He couldn't sleep at night, always feeling like a drum party was going on inside him. Shanti Devi tried hard to get him to see a doctor, but he refused. Bhola Babu insisted.
What's the point of seeing a doctor for a disease that has no cure? It's just a waste of money.
Then one morning, there was a knock on the door. Shanti Devi opened it to find Nitai, the local milkman. Nitai was like a walking encyclopedia of neighborhood gossip.
Sister-in-law, where's Bolada? I heard something's wrong with his stomach.
Nitai asked with a worried face. Shanti Devi sighed and told him the whole story. After hearing everything, Nitai raised his eyebrows and said,
Oh my God, this is serious. But sister-in-law, my cousin's sister-in-law's brother-in-law had the exact same thing. His stomach used to play drums. He was on the verge of death.
Bhola Babu, who had been lying weakly on the bed, jumped up.
And then? What happened to him?
Nitai lowered his voice.
Well, after much effort, a holy man gave him a root. He ate the root and it saved him. But the root was very rare. They say it's only found in a secret cave in the Himalayas.
A glimmer of hope appeared on Bholababu's pale face.
The Himalayas? Nitai, do you know the holy man's address?
Nitai scratched his head.
Well, I don't know for sure. But if you want me to, I can look into it. I know a guy who does business in Tibet.
Shanti Devi had enough.
Nitai, you don't have to trouble yourself. Whatever happens to him will happen. You can go now.
She almost pushed Nitai out the door. As soon as Nitai left, Bhola Babu burst into tears.
I'm not going to make it, Shanti. My stomach's orchestra party has started playing a full symphony now.
Shanti Devi, who had been patient for so long, finally lost her temper. She grabbed Bhola Babu's hand and pulled him up.
Get up. We're going to the doctor right now. No more excuses.
About half an hour later, at the clinic of a famous stomach doctor, Dr. Sengupta, Bhola Babu was giving a detailed account of his Gastro-enteric symphony. Dr. Sengupta listened with a serious face, examined his stomach, and tried to hear the drum party with his stethoscope. Finally, with a small smile, he said,
Bhola Babu, I found the source of your Gastro-enteric symphony.
Bhola Babu and Shanti Devi asked at the same time, holding their breath.
What?
What?
The doctor pulled a small, clear plastic bag from a drawer. Inside was a button, a normal shirt button, but a bit larger than usual.
Look at this.
The doctor said.
This was in your stomach. You probably swallowed it by accident while eating something or not paying attention. It got stuck in a fold of your large intestine. When food or gas passed by, it rubbed against the button, making that strange sound. The X-ray caught it. I just took it out with an endoscope. Your symphony is gone.
Bhola Babu's face was priceless. First disbelief, then shame, then relief. All mixed into one strange expression. Shanti Devi whispered,
But what about that South American caterpillar?
The doctor laughed.
Forget those health magazines. Most of them give unscientific and false information. And don't even get me started on the internet. They can turn a simple cold into cancer.
On the way home, Bhola Babu was silent. Shanti Devi kept glancing at him and holding back a smile. When they got out of the car, Bhola Babu mumbled,
Shanti, you know, actually, that button, it's from my new shirt. I was probably in a hurry to put it on before we went to the party and it fell off. And I must have swallowed it with a glass of water.
Shanti Devi couldn't hold back her laughter anymore. She burst out laughing.
So your stomach's drum party was actually your own shirt button playing music? Wow! Honestly, there's no one like you.
Bhola Babu smiled with embarrassment. The rumbling in his stomach was truly gone. To think all that fuss was for just one button. He found it funny himself. But he also had a deep realization. Not all so-called knowledge is true. And how foolish it is for people to turn a small thing into a huge deal. From that day on, Bhola Babu almost stopped reading health magazines, and whenever he hears a sound in his stomach, he first drinks a glass of water and checks if all the buttons on his shirt are in place. His neighbors still jokingly ask him,
What's up, Bholada? What concert is happening in your stomach today?
Bhola Babu just smiles and doesn't answer. He got the biggest lesson of his life from a simple button. So my friends, what did we learn from Bhola Babu's big adventure? The lesson is simple, but we often forget it. It's what we call making a mountain out of a molehill. Just like Bhola Babu, Many of us have a way of blowing small problems out of proportion, as if the sky is falling. He turned a simple stomach rumble into a gastro-enteric symphony, a disease caused by an Amazon caterpillar no less. Can you believe it? Why? Because of overthinking and blindly trusting bad information. Lack of fact-checking. In the age of the internet, there is no shortage of information, but many of us don't have the patience or desire to check if it's true. Bhola Babu trusted old health magazines and YouTube doctors to diagnose his own illness. The result was unnecessary worry and trouble. So before you believe any piece of information, especially about your health, you should think twice and if needed, ask a professional. Otherwise, you might end up looking for Himalayan roots to cure a button in your stomach. Negative mindset. Often, we make problems bigger than they are by worrying about them too much. The moment we feel a little unwell, we start thinking of the worst case scenario. This is what happened to Bhola Babu. The sound in his stomach was probably just a minor digestion issue or gas, but he turned it into a rare disease. This negative mindset makes us unnecessarily scared and keeps us from making good decisions. It's better to calmly think about the problem and, if needed, get advice from the right person. In this case, a doctor. Listening to gossip. Our world is full of people like Nitai. They love to show off their limited knowledge and often spread wrong or exaggerated information. Bhola Babu got even more scared after listening to Nitai. Remember, stories like so-and-so's relative had this are often half-truths or completely made up. It's best to keep a safe distance from these advisors. Small problem, big panic. In life, it's often the case that a huge problem we think we have actually has a very small and simple solution. What was the cause of Bhola Babu's terrible disease? A simple shirt button. In our lives, we also face many button-like problems that we unnecessarily panic and worry about. But if we look closely or take the right steps, we find out it's actually nothing. In the end, learning to take life easy can solve a lot of problems. It's not helpful to be overly critical or worry for no reason. Instead, when a problem comes up, it's smarter to try to find its source and handle it with a clear head. Otherwise, we might also end up hearing a button-playing symphony in our stomachs and turning the whole world upside down because of it. So the next time you feel like there are drums in your stomach or the sky is falling, think of Bhola Babu. And then, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this really a gastro-enteric symphony? Or is it just a shirt button? Once you have the answer, you'll find life seems much easier and happier. Namaskar.